Yes, hello. I gotta do. Okay. What do I do? So, whatever. Huh, makes sense. I'm sending the live link. I'm sending the stream again into the various. Ah, but now I know. Now I know. Now it's all under control. Do, do, do. Now I can find. Okay. I don't know what I'm doing. There, here, that's your thumbnail. Toke, I'm bored. Everyone has to be bored. No one isn't bored. Kinda looks like Nampa. I wonder why. Okay. There's got to be something. It's still nothing. We just have to wait. That's the only thing. You have to wait for for the for the correct amount of people to come alive. Oh, 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 oh. Saturday, Sabado. How's that pronounced? I don't want Galician. Sábado, 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 southern Brazil. Uh, 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 uh. That's a pretty crazy. Goes from Hebrew to Greek to Latin to Proto-Slavic to all of the Slavic languages, and then also, Jesus Christ. Yeah, key. The, whatever that says. See, I don't know what I'm doing. And there's only one person here, so it's probably gonna stay that way. Do you know how to write in cursive? Honestly, not really. I just kind of invented my own writing system that sucks, but I just, you know, it's like, I can read it, but like, I don't really know how to write it, Because like, I know that the S is like whatever this is, but if I'm writing, I'll just use that. Surely I don't have like a cursive font. I don't think I do. Although I probably do. Like this, maybe. Like, no, because that's MLS. Like that, see? Bloom. I have this font downloaded called New Cursive. Okay. It's cool and all, but what if speak was spreak? Now we're cooking. And see, now you could see that it's actually a Germanic language. Because, like, why is it not that? Why would it not be that? There's nothing. There's nothing to do. Unless I could, like, play a game, but what games do I have? The answer to that is not much. Hmm. how real, how crazy it must be to. See, now I don't even know what I'm doing. Oh, oh, eh, oh, we, u, I, o, e, o, e, o. Francis. Here's what I'm thinking. What if Esperanto was Proto-Indo-European and English evolved from that, you know? See what I'm saying? We need this to indicate the stress, because I'm gonna forget otherwise, even though it's completely regular in Esperanto. Okay, yeah, sure, I'll do entire screen. Okay, first up, no laryngeals, none of these, none of that, whatever that is. There's no geminate consonants, word final long vowels. There's no long vowels. There's no laryngeals. Yeah. There's not that. There's none of this. There's none of these. There's none of that. Okay. So first up, we have this. So that deletes. I'm just gonna do this because it's better that way. That deletes that. You might think, oh, we take this P and it becomes an F, but no. Because in a sequence of two voiceless options, the second one remains a plosive. So SP is still SP, but this is TH now, or a thorn. Voiceless fricatives are voiced when preceded by an unaccented vowel. Well, here's a voiceless fricative preceded by an unaccented vowel, so we'd have to make that voiced. Yoink, yoink, yoink. That's how you draw a Z. And there's nothing else we can do. All words become stressed on their first syllable. Normally, we would just, if you wanted to, we could just, what are we doing? We could just take that and move it here, but since it's always on the first syllable, we don't need to mark it. Merging of non-high back vowels. Okay, so this, I'm just gonna write it in. Did I miss anything? Unstress E to I except before R. No, I don't think anything I missed except this. Because remember, this and that are different. Final M to N. Well, there's none of that. Nasal to elimination of schwa. Simulation of sonorants. Lots of word final T. Long is raised, but we don't have that since there's no long vowels. Early I mutation followed by E or Y and the next syllable. There's no E or Y in any syllable, so I guess no. Followed by a syllable final nasal. Well, the only syllable final nasal is here, and it's not even the last one in the syllable. And there's no I before it anyway. So, and then N is last before Ch, but we don't have that. Okay, so this is Proto-Germanic. What does PGMC even stand for? I know Proto-Germanic. I know it stands for Proto-Germanic something. No, I don't want, no. Proto-Germanic language. MC. Whatever, it doesn't really matter. Just write down. It annoys me that this is not connected. There we go. Okay, so now we go into phonological history of English. This. We're gonna copy this. And it's gonna go into the final syllable short fillers were generally deleted in words of 3 syllables or more. Well, what if I don't want that? What if I don't want to do that? Because it's not like an actual rule. Also, is that even an illegal consonant cluster, R and thorn? What's the phonotactics of... What consonant clusters can we even have? Here we go. I mean, it's like... Does it even allow clusters with 3 or more consonants? I don't think so. I mean, they're not listed. clusters could only consist of 2 consonants unless followed by a suffix. Is it? Then we have to consider, because our suffix is here. So if we delete the A, it's boundary over a suffix. But we still have to consider whether or not the suffix is still productive in Proto-Germanic. If the suffix isn't productive anymore, then there wouldn't be a suffix there anymore. Then it wouldn't be. But if we assume that the suffix still is productive, because if you remember, Esperanto speakers, the suffixes are pretty productive to the point where the suffixes on their own are becoming new words. So I would say it's safe to say that this is a cross suffix boundary to where we can delete this A and have a illegal consonant cluster consisting of 3 consonants. And then I would assume that the pronunciation. I'm going to switch to pronunciation for this. Can I get an IPA? This. Primary stress. You'd think it'd be like this with a, where's the syllabic mark? Syllabic. You'd think it'd be like this with a syllabic N, maybe? It's like Esbern. Maybe? But do syllabic consonants still exist in Proto-Germanic? I don't think so. Yeah, no, it wouldn't be like that. Yeah, there's no syllabic consonant, so we can't do that. So it's either have this monster or back the A. I think we should do this. It's just easier. So in Proto-Germanic, it is this. That's what I'm going with. There. That. Okay. Short back vowels were fronted when followed in the next syllable by E or Y. So there's no E or Y anywhere. So just gonna have to leave that alone. U is lowered to O. There's no U, so some syllable long vowels are shortened. There's no long vowels. Over long vowels, there's no long vowels. We don't have that. Unstressed diphthongs are monophthized. Well, we don't have any diphthongs. Lots of words final Z. We don't have that. Z becomes R. Erotic fricative in this language. But there's no actual evidence of this. Z becomes R, but like Z becomes R. But it's normally written, because like in Proto-West Germanic you'll see this. So like is it still distinct in Proto-West Germanic? I say it's still distinct in Proto-West Germanic. And then by the time we switch to Old English, it just magically becomes an R. So it becomes Z, Sh, Z, J, R. I see that. Z becomes D, V becomes V, and F becomes F. We don't have any of that. So single consonants followed by J, except R became double. Well, there's no J. So we do that, but then in Old English, when we're evolving that, just treat it as an R only. Proto-West Germanic. Do we even need this MC here? I'm just gonna remove it, because why not? And you still know what I mean. What? Okay, next up we have to evolve. Wait, no, hold on. So it stays the same into Northwest Germanic. Okay, there's the Anglo-Slavonic and Anglo-Frisian period. How do you even, however you say that. Okay. I don't know. Let's just call this Proto-Anglo-Frisian. If anything even happens here. Nasal spring off. Loss of nasals before fricatives with nasalization and compensatory lengthening of the preceding vowel. So this yoink. And it becomes this, that. did not, and then ah becomes ah, but it did not affect nasal ah. So this dot dot, write that down in actual font. If I can, just let me use the rectangle, bro. That, okay. It says syllable final ah, ah, and ah were lost. However, here's what I'm confused about. Does it affect the long versions of these vowels? I'm gonna say no, it doesn't. So now we're gonna be in Old English. Breaking of front vowels. Yeah, seem to be velarized in these circumstances. So nobody actually told you, but at some point this R became velarized because it's before this P. The exact conditioning factors vary from vowel to vowel. If you're not going to tell me, then I'm just going to assume it happens here. Oh wait, hold on. No, this is supposed to be. I missed a thing. This is supposed to be an O. Which would then have. Can I just do the editing in here? That seems reasonable, right? Like, am I just blind? Oh no, yeah, I am blind. We boom laser. So then this would become that. I'm still confused because I know Old English doesn't have nasal vowels, so I'm wondering how this loses its nasalization. Because I don't see anything about that here. Do we just assume? Do we just assume it kind of just does that? I think it just kind of does that, you know. Peptidization of velar consonants. I don't have any velar consonants. I'm getting blinded by my computer screen. Dark mode? Thank you. Split screen this. Okay, lock in right now. Who is So I don't. There's diphthong height harmonization. I mean, those are already height harmonized. So short a is back to ah. Well, I don't have any short a. Okay. Initial that triggers spelling changes. Okay, on mutation. There's no I. So close vowel loss of word final e, u, also from the o, except when following a short syllable. Okay, well I don't have that. Loss of ya and e following a long syllable. I don't have any of those. That's lost between vowels. Two vowels in hiatus merge to become a long vowel. I'm assuming this isn't hiatus. Hiatus is like when if it would be in two separate syllables like this. Back mutation. Short e, and a in missing only. Sometimes broken into short l, and when a back vowel follows in the next syllable. Is o a back vowel? I think it is. Yeah, o's a back vowel. But it says sometimes, so el pero. Would I want that though? They're only sometimes doing that. Let's do it. Why not? Vowel reduction and unstressed syllables. This becomes in final syllables. So that, and I'm assuming at some point at this point it'd be written like, where's my thorn? Assume this is the thorn. Because like this, that doesn't look right to me. I feel like this. It just looks better as this. Consonants? Is that just a fancy way to say consonants? Or is it a different word? A form of a rhyme? No. Having the same. Did that screw up my microphone? Yeah, okay. Vowels are shortened. Okay, what is consonants? A form of rhyme having the same consonants but different vowels. I'm sorry, what? Is that? Did you mean to say consonants? Oh, wait, hold on. Here's what I'm saying. Vowels were shortened, but there's no long vowels, so yeah. U was so to ale. Nashuka become ga. So this is. Can I get a thorn letter? Blah. Thank you. So that's the word. That's the Old English. Vowels were lengthened before da, ba, da, ra, da, ga, ra, da. Well, I don't have any of those, so vowels were shortened when followed by one or. Well, I can't shorten anything. Well, I don't have any of those. Inherited height harmonic diphthongs were monophthized by the loss of the second component, with the length remaining the same. Okay, so then this becomes this. Stressed vowel changes are rounded to A. This became what? Yeah, well, I don't have any of those. Two diphthongs form from vowels. New diphthongs form from vowels, followed by w or y, including from form of the. So, well, I don't have w or y, so mergers of new diphthongs, no diphthongs. Shortening of stressed vowels when two syllables followed. I only have two syllables in the first place. So that'd become this. Is the last and final syllable, but I don't think I can do that because, like, that'd be this, and I'm pretty sure this consonant cluster is on a legal consonant cluster. So I'm just gonna keep it like this. But reminder that this is still an A sound, I guess. So it'd still be this. TS cluster, present in words imported from Norman, is deaffricated. Well, I don't have that. Extremely rare word initial cluster. Sna becomes sna. I don't have sna. Alright, so this is Middle English. Is there still is there anything about consonants losing velarization? Because Middle English doesn't have velarization, right? Middle English. Phonology. Based on evidence from Old English and Modern English, la and ra apparently had velarized counterparts or allophones. La and ra is occurred after back vowels or the consonant wa. Okay, al and ol, not followed by a vowel under mutation. Okay, great vowel shift. Yay! All long vowels raised or diphthongized. Well, I don't have any long vowels, so it kind of does nothing. Initial cluster mutations. Ra merged into ra. Doubled consonants reduced to single consonants. Well, I don't have either of those. Loss of most remaining diphthongs. Loss? Kill me, bro. Oi and ui merged today into oi. Well, you know. Okay, up into the American British split. All I'll become ra. So I can just I'm probably gonna remove the velarization. Initial cluster, foot strut split, NG coalescence, Tuesday in it, you know. O, lower towards A. Long vowels EU have long vowels. Me. Changes affect short vowels in many varieties before an R or at the end of the word. Well, it seems like nothing affects E. I don't know, can I just assume that it remains oppressed throughout the entire... That seems pretty standard, right? So then it becomes like... It would be like air. Would it be or air? Cause you think like this, just grab this. Or is it this? No, it's this. I don't know, I think it'd be like air press, you know? So that's pretty nifty. I don't know. I'm probably gonna end the stream about now because I really don't have anything else to do. I've been doing this for the past hour or so. I don't know. I don't keep track of time. Turn this back to light mode. There we go. Yeah, that's pretty nifty, I would say. Okay, I'm gonna end the stream now. Bye.